What's next? I signed up to receive Spiritual Experiences Guidebook by Harold Klemp after the 9:30 a.m. to 1:35 Pacific Standard Time, ECK, God as a verb, as I use it here, worship service. Was that a gift from God? Was the title of the service, and membership meeting. 2 days later, I regretted, while I 2 days later, I regretted for that I signed it for recod, that I signed up for membership, whatever. On February 11th, 2013, around 12 years after hearing about Eckankar and that year of consecration, I received the membership packet. I started my first night's spiritual exercise on the 1st of Rabi Athani, 1434. I already received my membership material for a 4th year in Eckankar, but have decided not to continue. Oh, I recalled that I signed up for membership. Okay. But I have decided not to continue, as I seem to have had the effect within the group that I am going to have, and I pretty much have discovered all but the fine details of the teachings, like specific inner plane projections or aspects of them not mentioned so far. The so-called advanced spiritual study has included the Easy Way discourses, the Dream 1 discourses, and the Dream 2 discourses. Had I continued, Letters of Light and Sound 1, Letters of Light and Sound 2, Soul Travel 1, The Illuminated Way, Soul Travel 2, The Secret Way, the Precepts of Eckankar. I don't know what that would be as an abbreviation, except the Ennead Corporate Kinesis, the Ek Satsang Discourses, first series, the Ek Satsang Courses, second series, the Ek Satsang Courses, third series, the Ek Satsang Courses, fourth series, the Master 1 Discourses, the Master 2 Discourses, the Master 3 Discourses, the Master 4 Discourses, and possibly more years to be added to this 17-year program in the future. The promise is like the promise of membership, that a person can have access to more than just the basics of Eckankar. There is a truth that no amount of book learning can provide more than a mental grasp to the material. That includes Ek books. I came into Eckankar because of the variety of themes I could work with and convey about. My last Ek worship service before formal Eckankar membership that had the theme was that a gift from God? My last one as a member was called Let Go and Let God. Just like in the story of Rebazar Tarz at the Jhelum River with Peter Zask or Jacob Paul Twitchell, getting ready to send him out in the world. I'm about to go more public with these 3 years as a basis for 45 YouTube videos about my involvement with the inner and private Ek works. Well, it's been more than that, right? The Riddle of God, our chapter 34, A Stranger by the River, a poetic book on the secret knowledge of God by Paul Twitchell, speaks of his alleged commission, of his mission to be the vehicle of God's word in the worlds. The next year's practices involve contemplation on chapter 3 are the light of God, chapter 31, the law of life, chapter 24 are no greater love, chapter 7 are the philosophy of all, chapter 12 are the law of self, chapter 26 are practice of the Zakar, chapter 25 are death, chapter 34 are the riddle of God, chapter 21 are the sermon in the market square, chapter 27 are the true surrender, chapter 33 are jewels of wisdom, and chapter 30 are the master's gates. The best being in the future and the increasing of vision might call a person to pay attention to detail, but the next discourse series ends by trying to make a person feel like that is temptation from Satan. You know, they speak of Kal Naranjan as if Kal Naranjan was Satan rather than just another term for God. I don't know what further membership or training with them will do. I think it is better for the world for me to refine my presentation of responses to Eckankar and the New Age movement through that. The discourses are very much more diluted than my responses to it, repeating the same sort of stuff in it, same sorts of variety of meanings, and contradictory. I understand vagueness and an acceptance of contradictions and other problems is why some join or stay in Eckankar. Such is not the case with me. I don't think Eckankar Corporation has anything real to offer as far as help being able to express the teachings, nor in offering much experience that hasn't already, much less having spiritual authority to dictate what correct beliefs and actions are. I'm confident that I can put things in both Eckankar and general New Age terms because of my involvement with Eckankar, Chelas, initiates, and the media. I was honest with what I believed and did there. They may have not paid attention or read their own ways into mine, but don't we all? I found my time spent worthwhile. Those reading this or listening to me talk about what I wrote are far more likely to be a part of a better sharing on spiritual and religious issues. Are you willing to help me in my magnum opus or great work? And I have, I guess it was at the end of 2 that I listed out the names of all the discourses in the 17-year series part. Huge